This is Favor. 2 years ago, she wanted to travel to Europe, but when her best friend died on the way, she turned back. She now helps to recruit young women who want to go to Europe.
How I help them is that I will tell them the route they will follow, give them the connection. That's the way I help them, because they know that I have experience. But I don't tell them all my experience, so that they will have the mind to go.
Our colleague, Steve, benefits from his rich network of contacts.
Trust has to be important. We know each other. The day he wanted to.
He knows when to pay bribes.
Because in the business, trust has to be important. We know each other. The day he wanted to travel, it is someone directed that to me. You understand? To help her.
The two smugglers refuse to say anything about their sponsors, but they tell me all I need to know about this business, the trafficking of young girls, including the shrine, which serves as an insurance for their nefarious activities. I arranged a visit to a shrine in the outskirts of Benin City. Many of the traffickers bring young women to such places of worship before sending them to Europe. Here, they have to take an oath before their departure that they will repay all debts. I am told that to traffic one girl to Europe, some traffickers charge as much as 30,000 euros. That's about 10 million naira, sometimes even more.
How we do it. If you want to touch, it, it's just like this. We use this to touch your head. We used to touch your head and your chest like this. We put it like this, also like this. Then when the oracle is speaking, I'm reading the cards.
The priest and the priestess would not tell me much on camera, but he speaks of the vengeance of the gods should a oath be broken.
Once he denied, the person will die. If you say he will die under 7 days, he will die by thunder.
Yeah.
After my experience at the shrine, we set out to meet the trafficking agent Steve at Nigeria's border with Niger Republic. I promised to protect his identity before our meeting. Steve says he gets about 200,000 naira per girl for the journey to Agadez and stresses the dangers migrants encounter in the Sahara Desert.
You may be robbed, and at times, sometimes you may be killed in the desert. You may be robbed there, and you can be for a lady there can be rape. You understand? And besides, along the desert, if the vehicle gets broke down, so many people they usually die on the road because there's no mechanic closer to the point where the car spoils. You understand? To help the situation. At times some passengers die in the bush in the process. That's the risk.
Steve says he has no regret doing his job. He brings the girls safely to their destination, and his job is done.
Last week, Thursday.
This is Agadez. Getting to the ancient city by road from the capital, Niamey, takes approximately 12 hours. That's if you drive through the sandy route of the Niger desert. There is also the option of flying into the city. A local airline flies into Agadez 3 times a week. An armed security man in the passenger seat. This is not to attract attention. We have been advised to take proper safety precautions in the desert city. Agadez is a base for human traffickers in the middle of the Sahara Desert. My proficiency in Hausa, a Chadic language spoken by millions of people in Niger and Nigeria, makes the locals a lot relaxed. I am looking for young female migrants en route to Europe. So I disguised as a tourist passing through Agadez and mingled with the girls.
We are from Nigeria. But inside Nigeria, there is Benin City. Okay.
I'm not a good person for my belly. If I put you for belly, we will see for.
Non, je vais amener ça à la police, c'est pas pour moi. J'ai fait ça avec la femme là.
That's what you do for Agadez, or you do for Libya, or you do for Europe. If you say you don't have my.
Finally, 2 young women agreed to meet with us in the evening, and I promised to protect their identity.
I feel like to go another country.
I am a hairstylist from Nigeria.
Go travel.
I just want to go to another country. From here to Libya and then to Italy. But I will stay some time in Libya to learn the Arab language. I have enough money for this journey. I know about Italy from the movies. It's a beautiful country. And I know God will see me through.
So it's a nice country.
I'm Naomi, Juliet's roommate. I grew up in Niger. Many Nigerian girls come through this town. They do not stay long. 3 to 4 months, usually just to try to earn money for their onward journey to Europe. When it's 7 o'clock in the evenings, they come out on the streets to earn some money.
Elle m'explique tout son problème. Elle dit qu'elle
Everywhere in Agadez, I find references to the activities of traffickers. Much of the economic activities of this town is based on the illegal business. In recent years in the desert city, several banks have opened small shops on most street corners for cash transfers. The governor of Agadez downplays the problem. He says the international community has its role to play.
We believe the migrants always travel through the desert, where the conditions are too dangerous. And we know that they want to cross the borders illegally, to work as prostitutes. But currently, we lack the means to check their activities.
Faire en sorte que ce qui se passe dans la sous-région vers le Mali ne vienne pas.
The Sultan of Agadez agrees that the trafficking business has impacted positively on the economy of the town, but complains about the manner of entry of migrants into the city.
For us, having visitors amongst us brings prosperity to our people because they come here to spend money. But what we frown at is the situation where migrants pass through the desert to Europe without official documents and visas because the dangers in the desert are enormous.
Don ba bai da kyau mutum ya tashi daga Najeriya ko daga wani ƙasa ya zo babu takarda ko guda ya ce zai sa Europe. Mu duka mu ba mu goyon bayan wannan.
I am beginning to consider a trip to see the route in the desert, so I meet a former transporter. I promised to protect his identity, and he tells me more about the journey.
1991. Sun fara wuce lokacin na san su. Wanda na sani yanzu wanda mun yi wannan harkokin su ba su ne suna Turai, wasu suna Canada, wasu suna Switzerland, wasu suna Belgium.
I have been in this business since 1991, and this route through the desert dates back to long before that time. Some people that I helped to cross to Libya are now in Europe, some even in Canada. All these migrants are Italy bound. When they arrive here in Agadez, they pay their way to Libya. From Libya, they cross the Mediterranean into Italy. Most of them are from Nigeria and some from Ghana. I now help them with accommodation while in transit in Agadez. I also serve as an interpreter for the girls, especially when they have issues with the law, because none of them speak Hausa or even French, only English and their local dialects. To rent a room in Agadez costs between 10 and 25,000 cefas per month. They prostitute to raise the money and save up for their